again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it is Monday, I think, right? Happy Monday to everyone. Blessings to all of you, sincerely. I'm sitting here in I'm not sure how it can be perceived or explained, to be honest, but you'll choose how you perceive it, and I'll figure out how to explain it. But I feel like I'm just in this absolute state of peace today, and just a still bliss of love and perfection. And if that sounds cheesy to you, so what? Let it be, right? Let it be true, because it's true for me. I just feel this deep, deep peace. I saw something about that. Yeah, peace is available. Reality just happens. I love that name too. Reality just happens. Yep, there it is. Holy cows. Whoa, I guess that's true, right? Reality just happens, but peace is available. And that's what we're going to discuss today. So, Logical Spark, IMAX, Meshuggah, everyone who's swinging through, man. Blessings to all of you. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Happy Monday. The topic and the thumbnail and the towel quote and all these ideas are coming together for me. So I realized in my own self-criticism, between the thumbnail and the stream title and then what I actually talk about, they're not always real clearly connected together. And I think today might be one of those days where, the thumbnail and stuff, it's a little bit different than what we're doing, but it's an absolute truth. You can't argue with the truth and the facts. Deception and secrecy keep us at war. Truth and compassion bring peace. And so then that brings us into the live stream topic and title today, how truth and compassion that bring peace. Truth and compassion equals love, baby. So this is Monday Chats with Jack, with space for more. What am I doing? Space for more peace to become real. Thought that was a good title for the stream, right? And then the question that's in the description. What do you want to grow in your life? Do you want to grow peace or war? That's the context that I was trying to focus the question at, right? Tying it into the Tao quote, it's deception and secrecy that keep us at war. Truth and compassion bring peace. So what do you want to grow in your life? War or peace? The direction of life, it's found in one moment, then another, as your choices reveal the path, right? So regardless of your path, regardless of your destiny or your starting point, walking with compassion in the search for love, for truth, right? Walking in compassion with a search for truth will reveal greater love. The logic is sound. Yes, the logic is sound, and the results can be experienced by those who choose to follow. Try it for yourself. See how it works for you, walking with compassion in search for a greater truth, right? You already know some truth. You know your perspective of the truth, but what's the other side of what you know? What's the side that you don't know yet, right? So if you walk in search of the greater truth, a greater knowing, a closer relationship between you, your awareness, right? Because your awareness is who you really are. You grow in a closer relationship between your awareness, which is you, and then the greater truth, the giver of truth, the offer of truth, the one who is real. It's God, right? So you get your awareness and God united closer. Boom, man, all these paradigms start shifting in your mind and your heart starts opening up. And I don't know, everyone's experience could be different, but it just makes sense to me from what I've experienced and what I've heard. I'm really doing the best I can. No, I'm not. I can always do better. Let's be honest. I'm working to improve my ability to communicate this experience that I found for myself, right? Same human body, same living life as this guy named Jack Talcott. Signed a lot of papers, entered a lot of contracts, agreements, took some oaths, right? Got shipped all around the world, man, told what to do most of my life. Yeah, this Jack Talcott guy, man. He's a fucking character, man. Where was I taking us? Where was I taking us? I want to take us to having some fun tonight. Let me get rid of that. Space for myself. I do have a few ideas. What were these ideas today? I want to welcome you. Today, when I drop the link, I'm going to invite people, all of us together today in this live stream, this experience together. Let's see if we can bring something different, right? Not that there was anything bad about the past or, wrong with what is, but let's see if we can bring something different into our experience together. One of the things I was thinking about is trying to invite all of us together, right? You, wherever you are, and the other yous who are listening to, right, with me in the here and now or at the later time. I want to invite us all to sit and to be in the same space and time, right? The same time, holding the same space, the same energy, right? United together in peace, in the silence. It's in the silence that you find the stillness within you. The silence is hidden behind my words and the words of everything else. You don't have to get attached to any of it. None of it, right? So if you retreat from the world back into who you are, into being the awareness of you, right? You have an awareness of a body, awareness of the moment, awareness of the experience. And if you join here into you as the awareness of you, then you can be with the peace that is in the silence. Because when you stop the thinking and you stop the doing, then there's a stillness and a silence that's always naturally there. And in that stillness, that's where you're separated from the world and you enter into this eternal bliss. It's the heavenly kingdom that God has offered forth for you and me and all of us to discover and share together. It's here in the moment. So if you allow yourself to just play around with the idea and join me here in this moment in perfection. And if you breathe in, breathe out into your heart space, right? So you feel your heart breathe, and you can expand your heart and the energies of your heart and unite the feeling of your mind and your heart together to be united as one conscious spirit and being, because that's what you are. You are a spirit. You are a consciousness. You are a spirit of consciousness who is having a temporary life experience. This is your life to do whatever you want to do. And let's start together today to bring something new, bring something different. I've got a guest here. I'm going to run with this. And welcome back,
Thank
Tampa.
you for having me.
How are you feeling, my friend?
I am wonderful today. I got such great news. I'm not going to share online, but yeah, I've got super good news today. I just won a long time battle.
You know what? That excites me. Okay. I love it when people have good news, right? And especially just in that a long time battle has changed the situation, and it sounds like congratulations. So
Thank you.
I'm glad. And I tell you what, there's something. We are a part of something big here on earth. It's not made for the weak, and yet it is. For the strong are here to care for the weak. Within each of us, there's a weakness and a strongness. It's all this beautiful tapestry that God has offered us. I don't know how to share. I do know how to share. What I've been learning, I can drive myself nuts trying to figure out what to do. If I see problems around me or things that need to be done, I can literally drive myself into anger and sadness and all sorts of different emotions. But everything I've been learning from all of the real, seemingly powerful teachings of the religions, it's all about being present, having a presence and awareness with the here and now, and yet being dead to the world so that you're living with the spirit of the here and now. That's what it was too. I'm sorry, Tampa. I'm just kind of going on and on. You got
No, you're
things?
fine.
Okay. Um, hey, we are walking each other home. Home is where we started. In the beginning, it was with God. In the end, it's with God. We're just returning home to God. And the funny thing is, God never left us, not once.
Isn't that crazy when you realize that?
Yup. It's, yeah. Um, as we still ourselves and relax ourselves, breathing into who we are, who we've been, right? What we've seen, what we've not seen. There's answers that arise from within us. And there's everything I've experienced, it can be explained by what's in the Bible. And I think you were mentioning some of that stuff for yourself, especially regarding the psychology behind the wisdom there, right?
Yeah.
It is a perfect story. That was one of my ideas. If listeners and viewers, if you'll be willing, right? Join me in this idea of perfection, that we are with perfection, for perfection, right? Because the Most High, which is beyond all definition or limitation, the absolute creator, the source of this, who I believe Jesus called the Father. We're a part of a perfect creation. And if you can believe that, right, the story of Jesus is a perfect story for us all because it's the example. It's the example of what we're created to be like. And if you take the idea that in the body of a man a few thousand years ago, he was born into the world with the energy and essence, the knowing of the higher realms, right? Brought a connection to God here into the world so all of us could understand. And it is and it is not in the words, but the words that were recorded for Jesus are perfect for us all. Right? We
Yeah,
are in,
they don't make sense all the time until you have the ears for them.
and that is something to be grateful for. When we can find our, when we find our faith and when we find our greater awareness, we grow in understanding. We should really be grateful. I know that I am. And Berg is official, man. I see you in the comments, and I am loving a lot of what you share. You crack me up. You're a mystery to me in a little bit, but we are in his image and likeness. We are divine. It's such a perfect story that we are all a part of. But what part are we? How small or how big do we allow ourselves to be? That's the question. I'm feeling like dropping the link. What are you feeling, my friend?
Yeah, go ahead.
This question has come up before. Have you ever been baptized? Yes, yes, I have. And there's more to the story. So that's that. um, Here, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for those who do wish to join today's conversations with peace, right? Peace is the path and the purpose and the goal, and Jack, right? And Tampa, of course. Well, I don't want to overlook that. Um, these ideas, though, if I can explain it well enough, if people can kind of play with the ideas for themselves, they may be able to get it. It's hard to accept that we live in a world of perfection when there's children and sick children and trauma and famine and all these horrible things. It's illogical to believe that this is perfection, that this is the best. No, it's not the best, but there is perfection in every moment, in every breath. And in every moment and every breath, that's where our choices are found. Our choices are related to our thoughts and our breath. But we live in a world where people are so deceived. We deceive ourselves into not slowing down, into not giving in, into not giving up when those things are clearly good for us. I've been doing those things I have done those things myself in the past. Poor choices, being stubborn, being selfish, holding on to old ideas, holding on to old patterns. Um, But if I'm right, all the signs are here in the world. How do we get the attention of, whoops, yeah. How do we get the attention of the US Congress and or the UN? Whoever's going to play the role in changing the world, that's who I want to talk to. We live, there's a world here, and it kind of kicked me out of it. The world kicked me out of it, it seems. We can return ourselves back to the garden. Absolutely. Berg is official. And we can help each other, lead each other back to more healthy ways, right? Yeah. The ego holds on tightly for its dear life. Yes, the higher self longs to let go. It's like, would you please let go of your childish behavior? Stop your tantrums, right? Stop the denial. Stop the foolish selfishness and the hoarding and the battles. And the spirit's like, the higher self is like, let it go, baby. We got adventures to do. There's suffering that we could end. There's, people in need we could serve. There's mountains to climb. There's friggin' art to create and science to discover. Right? Yeah. Do you want to be right or do you want to be free? We can
Right?
be.
Excuse me, being right is not what it's cracked up to be anyways, really, because a lot of times when I'm right, I don't want to be.
Yeah. Sometimes you're the deliverer of bad news. You're the one who shatters beliefs.
Right. With the ego, I always wanted to be right, and now, like, without it, I'm like, oh man, why can't I be wrong? So it's no good. It's no better on the other side.
Yeah. I think I kind of chose it doesn't matter. I mean, it does and it doesn't matter. Nothing. It does and it doesn't matter. Nothing matters beyond God. I mean, that's really because God is love. So if you're stepping away from love, then you're missing the point. That's what I learned for myself. So being right or wrong, I want to be with love. And if love allows me to be right, I'll be right. If love wants me to be wrong, I've been wrong. And then I'll change my ways so that I can be right. At least that's what I'm committed to doing. If all of us just committed to doing like that, the world would be so much simpler for all of us. Because if all of us kind of Jesus, followed that way, I got sirens in back. If all of us kind of lived our lives like Jesus, you know, the world would be a lot better place for everybody. Reality just happens. That's an interesting observation. Calm and peace, it is illogically threatening to those who are spiritually asleep. Exactly. The calm and peace is threatening. How can calm and peace be threatening? Well, it's only threatening to the deception. The deception is that I must do that and I gotta do this, right? The ego is the one that doesn't let us be calm and peaceful. The ego is spiritually asleep. It can be, but it can also be an amazing guide, I guess, for the spirit. I don't know. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful dance. Tampa, what are you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling joyful from what happened to me today.
I am glad. Oh
Oh,
my.
I won the atheist over the other night.
You want an atheist over?
The one that was attacking me in Discord about. Yeah, I had a voice chat with him, and now we're buddies.
Fascinating. And congratulations. I have found a number of very vocal critics against me, and I look forward to seeing those patterns change. Because when they do, and you know what? This life we are living, man, I'm convinced God is using us for a greater purpose. I've been watching the news. What happens in the world is evidence for all of us to see, right? But each of us, based on our destiny and our paths, we see our own little section of the world that we share. The signs I've seen of America, it's time for America to change its ways. And I can honestly say, right? God allowed me to find the ideas. So God didn't, no one forced me, but my spirit of love and faith, my devotion to something greater, that's what I've been learning how to follow since 2018. I call it the Holy Spirit. And it brought me here to Baltimore, just outside of Washington, D.C. And when I look at the news today, it's time for Congress to do something about Donald Trump, and it's time for Donald Trump to do something about Donald Trump, and it's time for Donald Trump and Congress to do something about the legislation and direction of America. Because we got some problems to discuss. What I'm in the back of my mind, what I'm referring to, kind of what I discussed yesterday, is if Donald Trump is where he is for a reason, clearly. And while he is also clearly, in my humble opinion, Donald Trump represents an unrepentant sinner. An unrepentant sinner. Could that not represent an anti-Christ, right? The inversion of one who walks away from sin. So in my mind, we're living through and witnessing biblical prophecy being fulfilled. Yesterday, Andy was here, very critical of me, and I didn't react as well as I could have. So if Andy is here, blessings to you. The signs are here. The wars are, there may not be directly affecting you and me, but the wars are here, guys. We got to stop ignoring these things. And if there's any way that we can stop the wars, then shouldn't we do everything possible? That's what I think. And I know it's got to be possible to find a way. There's someone out there, right? Someone out there wants to play a part in this story that could be, or maybe it's not, but it could be God is fulfilling prophecy through us. Perhaps we can become this army in the clouds, right? Working together, coordinating a mass movement. People reform individually to share the word. Hey, peace is upon the world. We're going to end the wars because people will choose to stop fighting. And we're going to willingly agree to create reforms, to repent from the selfish ways, so to say, right? And that would be, I'm telling you, this is reclaiming the world in the name of Jesus. This idea it's in line with the Bible. God allowed me to think of this. I tried letting it go. It makes sense. Because a world of people created in the likeness of God, right? In the likeness of the Christed one, the one who's perfect. Well, join me here and now. Allow yourself to feel and be with perfection. And then figure out how to stay there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but any suggestions, ideas for me?
No, I understand what you're saying because I've had that whole
You've what?
I've had that whole moment where I'm like, wait a minute, this is so simple. Like this could all be solved. I've come to that point, but yeah, I can talk to you about it later, but I don't
I
want
hope
to.
you do.
Yeah, I don't want to disturb. I don't want to rile up anybody or get anybody angry because people won't understand what I'm saying.
It's hard to articulate. I get it.
Well, no, it's not hard to articulate. It's just hard. Like the words I'm using, they're not there yet.
Fair. Understand. Soon the world will realize, though, because that's what the prophecy is about. The revelation of the unbearable truth. The unbearable truth is this ego identity that we fight so hard against and to protect. This ego identity is really not needed. And in that realization, right, the unbearable truth that, oh, my misery, my fear, my self-hate, all those things I did to myself, when we're like, whoa, man, cast that shit away. Excuse my language, but cast that part away. And then you're enraptured in this new spiritual adventure where you're no longer bound by the identity and the limitations of the past because you are a pure and innocent spirit of being, the essence and the quality of the divine. That's what it means to be reborn. And the day is upon us where the theatrics of governments and politics and economics, we're going to get rid of this crap and we'll live like actual human beings, godlike in our purpose, being divine and righteous, bringing forth justice, not excuses. That's how we heal the world. We got to overcome excuses together. Donald Trump and the US government have been getting away with an awful lot because of a lot of excuses being sold. And I think it's up to us to change it. Hey, excuse me, we've got the guest popped in, a man on the go, I believe. Welcome back.
Yeah, let me go in from this other phone. It might be better quality. This will be a good test. So I'm going to listen back to it after and see if it sounds better. Hold on.
All right.
I love his energy.
He's yes, he's got a, he's like, that's, yes. Thank you for pointing that out. I love his energy too.
All right,
Yeah.
testing.
You passed, I think.
Better?
Did you hear
Can I
any
listen to that?
difference? What?
I can't hear any difference.
I can hear you.
Did you hear any difference between the first one and this one?
Oh no.
Okay, well, whatever. What's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you.
You as well. What's new with you? Anything exciting you want to share?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's always, it's been such a beautiful winter, dude. It hasn't gotten cold at all. On my way to another explosive event. I don't really know what I'm getting into, but we'll see. I never do. But it's cool, man. Networking's going good. I think it's being in the right places. But what I want to ask you most importantly is, how do you still have so much hair? I'm like serious. Like, you got such a good head of hair. You don't think
I
so?
appreciate that.
You're shaking your head.
I do thank you, and I'm grateful for what I've got left, but I've been watching my hairline grow, my forehead grow. So thank you though.
That's I don't know, man. I guess there's that, but the backside, that's the worst one. Nobody wants to look like that guy on Seinfeld, George. You know what I mean?
I figure if I ever get like that, I'll just shave the head. I'll have a lumpy head instead. But no,
I realized the hat has so quickly become like, I'm scared to leave the house without it because I got a shot yesterday. I was looking through the footage from behind, and it was like, who is that? It broke my heart.
are you getting one of those bald spots back there?
Dude, I don't even want to. I feel like the hat might be
All
making
right.
it worse or something. I don't know. It's bad. It's really bad. I think I need to put some Shia Pet stuff in there.
Hey, you know what? We're living at a time where there's discoveries and answers for everything. I've heard there's people who have grown back hair. I mean, look at Elon Musk. Didn't he go from like no hair to good hair? Something like that. Maybe he's a
Yeah,
bad
I think it's
example.
expensive. I think it's like super expensive because they're like, we know that these rich old fucks will pay whatever the hell you tell them to. Like, yeah, $100,000. Okay, I want my hair back.
Well, I've seen
Um,
advertisements for different products too, but I was
yeah. Well, if
remembering
you have any suggestions,
if I find any answers, I'll share them. I will. But hey, this money system, though, that's just the thing, too. Health, nutrition, freedom, education, it's been kept behind paywalls, and it doesn't have to be that way in the future. And if we want a better future, let's start it right away. What our world is lacking, what is
I think
lacking
so.
from the government. What's that?
I think so. We should start it soon. We should be nice. It's really nice on it.
Your connection, there he goes. Lost you. Um, the topic today, truth and compassion, right? Truth and compassion bring us peace. Love brings us peace. It's through peace that we actually maybe we feel our love as well. I don't know. That's a new thought, but it's all everything is connected to everything, especially the good things. But what I was considering who we are, right? Who God is. God is this being that is, right, beyond limits. This God and source of who brought us into life. It's beyond space and time, right? And that means it's also definitely beyond form. It's beyond definition. It's beyond limitations. But who we are, We are that. We are that same essence of creation. It is who we are, but we have a form, right? We've been given a form, and it's only in the form that we find limitations. But the form that each of us is, it's separated by space, it's separated by time, but space and time are actually not things, they're just the absence of things, right? So what we are is like things in the absence of things, but in the nothing that is, right? It's a beautiful story. God has offered us life and everything we need. Everything we need here on earth, it's already here. It's already here. And what I mean by everything we need is like raise the standards of living for every human being around the world. We could wipe out poverty, wipe out homelessness, wipe out food insecurity. We could work together to improve education so that mankind becomes smarter rather than more exploitable, more harmed, more controlled. What direction are we going in this world, in this life? What are we going to do? Tampa, what are your thoughts?
I am at a way smaller scale. I'm trying to better myself and my children that I have coming up. I'm trying to make them do better. So it's the ripple.
I love that. And you know what? If I'm able, I hope to help you with that. Because that is the best way to change this world, is for each of us to grow and work on ourselves, and then to truly help those who we love, help those who you love to grow in themselves so that they maybe avoid some of the pitfalls, some of the darknesses that we found. This is the key that God has given us. The path is through knowing, right? Knowing. You got to have an awareness of wisdom and where to go for the wisdom. But the world is lost because of these patterns of colonialism. There's big picture and little picture. It's all tied together, man. And I
Yeah,
got
the
a good,
micro and the macro.
I feel like I got a good grasp on the big picture, what's been going on, and solutions to share with the United States Congress and the White House. Trying to figure out how to get someone's attention and get them to take me seriously, just seriously enough for a conversation. Because I started down that path. I mentioned it recently or earlier about Donald Trump claiming, making the resolution he wants peace on earth. That's what I want as well. So confident I could help him. Very confident I could help him. I've shit. What's his name? I can see his name and face, and then it's Murray and Patty Murray and what's her name? McMorris Rogers and whatever. That was in Washington, and I haven't tried the Maryland one. Yeah, I'm gonna go hit DC. Actually, tomorrow might be a great day for that. Hey, are you willing? Where are you at as far as your patience with wild cards? I've got one that I don't know. I don't know if I should even give any attention to, but
Oh, my patients are pretty good.
all right. Well, let's hope it's a new day. And Snafu, please, as the link said, right? I should have started that. As the link said, to join with peace, Snafu. If I bring you up, okay, join with peace. Peace with you, and let's see if we can bring something different today, different than what we used to do. All right, we'll give it a chance. Snafu, how are we doing today?
With peace and love.
Where are you at, Snafu? What's
I
going on?
feel that with all the love I have, I'm very saddened that Trexie and Tampa and others don't really put forth the effort to help you where they could. You get a lot of resistance from people like myself and Tommy, and Andy proved his point. But the ones who give us crap, how come they're not helping? I'm just asking, Jack. I'm talking to you.
Don't assume.
So they are helping you then, I guess? If you're telling me they're helping you, then I won't assume.
Yes.
So they're getting you meetings, getting you to Trump?
They're doing what they can. And let's bring it back to you. What are you doing?
Trying to get you to submit so you could start working on yourself.
But see, this is the deal, okay? You're on a fool's errand. I need to stop you because you've said that before, and I didn't catch the severity of that.
Whoa, you're telling me it's severe? I'm not the one being dictator. Like last night was very telling with your behavior with Andy, whether you like it or not. I wasn't even part of the show.
Stop, please.
Okay.
Because what you said before is that you feel I need to submit to you.
Well, to the life coach sessions of what I'm trying to do with you, yes.
See, and that's where you've got it backwards. One of the places you've got it backwards. See, you
why?
By all logic indicates that our conversations would be more productive if you submitted to me at least long enough for a discussion.
What if we submitted to each other? You submit to me first, and then I'll do it next.
Why are you playing games?
I'm a life coach now. You have encouraged me to take on a new, I'm serious. Look, Jack, I have been one for a while, Jack. I just didn't know it until you brought it out of me. See, I've been one for a while, see?
Oh.
I just know I'm learning. I'm learning from you. I think I can help you.
How about this? I think Berg's official offered a great suggestion. We can both submit to a commitment.
Berg is another one that's not helping you. That White Knight's free. I've never seen Berg help you.
Back to you and me, right? He's helping me here with this.
No. Okay. I'm talking YouTube moderators, YouTube chat. I'm talking about get you in to see Trump. Get you fucking meetings with Congress.
Stop,
please. The help you need.
Stop, please.
Okay, I yield.
Can you submit? Can you commit to good faith exchanges?
What does that mean?
Well, I'm sure we can work together to make sure that it happens, but the main thing is a commitment to good faith exchanges, right? That means exchanging discussion and words with good faith.
Is that what happened last night? Because without getting you mad or angry, we watched what happened with you and Andy was in good faith the whole time. He wasn't cussing. He wasn't acting like Tommy or me or Steven or any. He was literally having a calm, cool, collected conversation with you. I feel in good faith. and you didn't look at it as good faith.
No,
So I'm trying to figure out what good faith to you is. Is it compliance?
That's-
Like we have to
that's
disagree with you and then we're in good faith?
that's a fair question. Okay. That's a fair question. Fucking axes crack me up. So
Well, you know, Access
Last
has
night.
a port with his explosive
Last-
device coming up very
I
soon.
know.
I'd
That's what I
keep
think.
way
I've heard.
away from him
I've
because
heard.
you know if
I've
people
heard.
find out Trump,
I know. I
I'm
know.
just telling you, he
I've
could
heard.
ruin your he
You've
could
said
ruin
it.
your
You've
chances.
said it.
Okay,
Please
go ahead.
stop. Please
Go ahead.
stop.
I'm just
Thank
trying to
you.
watch your PR here, dude.
I know. Please. And
Go
I
ahead.
don't mean to interrupt, but
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you're-
I just you will never get to anyone of
Stop,
politically
please.
with someone like Access
Stop,
around. Go ahead.
please stop for the
Go
love
ahead.
of Pete. That was my bad for allowing myself to get distracted.
I'm just trying to help your PR, bro. Hey, you
I'm
yell at
trying-
me.
And I'm trying to help you as a human being, as a fellow man. Okay. With me, oh, you asked about last night.
Yes,
night.
because that was part of the topic. Like
I
you
know.
saying he
Please
was
stop.
not good faith.
Please
I
stop.
thought he was a
Yes.
good faith.
Right. Just because he was calm did not mean he was there in good
And
faith.
collected. He was calm, cool,
Right.
and collected.
Yes, he was.
And
Most
very
manipulators-
knowledgeable about what he was talking about to you.
Yep. And most manipulators are that way. Okay.
Kind of like Paul
So-
coming into White Knight.
Well, that's an interesting deflection.
Well, no, you said
Uh,
manipulators because what we witnessed with Paul too is kind of like, "Eh, that's funny.
He's got his way too. He's good with his words. Yes. Okay.
Yes, very
Now,
yeah,
the difference-
politicians are good with their words.
Right. And the
The oil
difference
salesman.
Right. And the difference between Andy and Paul is the energy, right? Andy
Well,
was
I guess-
he was
I
calm
thought-
and cool.
If I may, Jack, if I may, when Andy and you were talking, I was enjoying listening to you talk to someone without them saying, fuck you. But even though they had the opposite opinion of you, I just don't think you were able to handle the opposite opinions. And does that make him not coming in good faith? If the opinions are opposite?
You're being a fool. Please
No, I'm
stop.
asking you. I'm really asking
I
this.
know. And I'm telling you, by asking, you're being a fool. But it's okay. I love the part you're playing.
I'm not playing the part,
with-
Jack. I'm a life coach now. What? You
Dear God.
encouraged me, Jack. You alone.
I can help you accomplish that. But first, you need to heal yourself. And that means you need to submit to me and learn to shut the fuck up.
Oh. Okay, so can we get to the topic of was Andy being good faith? Because that's what you want me to be, of good faith. And I'm trying to figure out, is good faith with you having to agree? So
How about
like
this?
if we have opposite opinions, we're out
Uh-huh.
of good faith with you, right?
Well, if there's no willingness to consider, right? If you want to just dismiss and reject, and then with every explanation, just dismiss and reject without even considering, that is not good faith. That's a fool's errand and just arguing for nonsense. And that's what this panel
Who's
boost
the
stuff is.
arbiter? Who's the arbiter of truth? I guess you could say, because even in intellectual debates, or not even the word debate, you're going to
Snafu.
want to change wars
It's in-
or get in these meetings. Do you think
Snafu.
you're going to have resistance or opposite
Snafu.
opinion?
Irrelevant. You're deflecting
Well,
the
then you know this,
conversation.
No, we're still on the good faith part. My question is
Right.
if it is not aligned with
Can
your
I please
truth.
answer?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you're so
Oh,
frustrating.
you too.
Bill.
You too.
Good faith means actively listening, means shut the fuck up. That's what I keep saying it.
So good
And maybe
faith
I
means
should
shut
find
the fuck
different
up
ways
to
of saying
Jack
it.
Talcott, and you're okay. You're in good faith with him.
If I don't say it like that, is there another way that could be more effective?
I
Well,
don't
here.
know. I feel that if
Here.
there's an
How
opposite
about this?
opinion, then that means you're going to say they're out of good faith with you.
Don't imagine these ridiculous things. Pay attention to here and now, right? Because if you can accept that good faith is what I'm saying, right? It doesn't mean what you're saying. Good faith means wanting to work with the person with sincerity. I can agree with that as well. Can you work with me with sincerity?
Always have. So,
All right. Hey, Sam's it is correct. Active listening is not. Shut the fuck up. You're right. You are correct. I apologize.
Accountability. You're doing it. You're doing it now today. You're being a little accountable. That's a start. See, I'm a good life coach, guys. Once he submits to me, Jack will make fucking big moves, move mountain type shit.
No. See, but literally, when you learn how to relax, and I can help you know how to relax.
And
your
I can help
body-
you be accountable and honorable and honest.
Well, you got to work on that first. Let's work on you first, okay? You're the one who's got. I don't know. We can work on each other, but let's focus on you first, please.
Okay, so let's get back to the good faith, because my question, and this is honestly, for the 5 years I've been watching you, Jack, okay, and I think about meetings that I have to have, or when, like Rob for restorative justice, or any of the even when the InfoWar crew, or any of the people, Atomic News back there, Jake, people have different opinions, especially when it's political or religious factors involved, and they will work together even if they have those different opinions. I've noticed over the years watching you that it becomes a bad faith issue when the opinion doesn't line up with yours. And watching someone who was, yes, calm, cool, collected.
You have an example.
You go from 0 to 60, calling him a bitch and stuff.
You have an example.
Well, yeah, last night when you called him a bitch and you were getting really upset. And he was like trying to have that conversation with you. Like he was literally not, he wasn't even arguing on it.
Snafu. I disagree with what you just claimed. He was not trying to have a conversation with me. He wanted me to sit and listen politely to his lecture of everything that he says is wrong about me.
No, see, that's what
he's not an expert, Snafu. He's not. He's actually wrong. What I am doing, just because it disagrees with his interpretation from a book, the Bible.
Many of our interpretation, and it's not just the book.
So John what?
1, go check out John 1:1.
Right. Take your issue to God, not me. I'm living as me.
Okay, but here's the deal. You are on a public platform making the grandiose claims and preaching. So when you get others to come question or want to listen to you,
you need to pause, because my patience with you is right
you're
about
getting upset that we're having conversation. We're literally conversating. I'm not here yet.
You're speaking too much, Snafu. Okay, I can't be more clear than that.
You need to submit to me.
You are speaking too much.
And you need to submit.
Tell you what, I don't need to listen to you. I don't want to listen to you. I tolerated you far enough. Snafu, please go away. You're welcome to try and reach me privately. When you're ready to have a polite conversation, we can. Holy cows. Tom, I just want that's on the record because we know how you think. We know how you feel. But the thing is, the only thing I'm talking about doing is being present in the here and now, being present with love. Why is this so ridiculous? I'm just sitting comfortably. I was thinking I'd actually love to get it like a little couch or something up here, something more comfortable. If I'm going to keep live streaming here, I'd like it to be more comfortable. But Tampa, do you have any thoughts or ideas with this?
No, how many years has this been going on? The back and
Far
forth
too long.
between. I'm sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, far too long. Holy cows. Has it been that long? Almost 5 years? No way. No way. Can't be that long. But I won't. I know it's been a long time. Here's where the dilemma is, though. It's been the pattern of my life. And I keep praying to God, what do I do? What does God want me to do to change it? Obviously, I need to do something different to get different results. But I don't know what to do. It's these people that have problems, not me. So am I shooting myself in the foot by trying to help Snafu resolve his problems with me?
Well,
Is
that's
that bad?
kind of what I was asking. Has the resistance to your ideas been going on for the 5 years as well?
Well, what I see is these people are actually evidence to support what I've been saying. The world is literally insane. Insane meaning they have false beliefs. They believe things that are not real. Not only do they believe things that are not real, they deny things that are real. We have denial is rampant in America. That's why there's addicts. That's why there's child abuse and spousal abuse. That's why there's crime, because people enable confusion. It's been part of the grand story that we're a part of. We can bring the healing, and that's what we're here to do. God is awakening us, and the answers are here in the world for all of us to find healing together. So what I see with Snafu and these others, this path I'm on, I'm honest. What I'm criticized for, what I'm blamed for, it's the truth, but it's not my fault. I didn't choose to be an unsuccessful life coach or a failed father or a fired postal worker. I didn't choose to have those things happen. But I am committed to being a life coach, right? Helping others find their shadows within them, helping others find clarity in their future for themselves. If I can help anyone do that, that's why I've been studying, and that's what I pray to do. But I'm following the way of Jesus. I found similarities between my life and his, between me as a man and what I hope to become. And looking at the story of Jesus, well, Jesus was a leader. I've had my tastes of leadership. I've studied leadership. studied success. Jesus was a healer. I've been studying the methods of healing. I found my own healing from depression, from all sorts of addictions and bad habits, all sorts of negative thought patterns, looping soundtracks in my head. I found healing from those. So to finally land this back to where we are, I see Snafu and some of these others. I guess God wants me to practice with them, because I think they deserve some healing, like I found. But I don't know how to gain the trust of people who don't want to trust me.
Yeah, I don't think you can. If they don't want to, you're pretty much stuck.
Well, could you imagine that perspective from God? I mean, bringing God down from the absolute perfection, but to this point of from the heavenly realm. What's it going to take for mankind to turn to God, to turn to love, to turn to truth and compassion?
Yeah,
I'm
to
curious.
choose it individually.
Right. So I'm curious, Snafu, is there compassion and truth within you? If I bring you back here?
Well, yeah. I'm trying to
Okay.
life coach you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be taking my time to try and life coach you.
But this is the problem. You're like this toddler that's playing the game, and I've entertained you for several years, okay? But you've got it wrong. You're barking up the wrong tree. You're going the wrong direction, dude.
I feel I've done more for you than any of these people, whether you like the results or not. I
All
did
right.
listen to you. I did listen. I did reach out. I
Okay.
did. I even with
And
the whole Rob stuff and other stuff, and it was
I
like,
know.
even when you come, I yield too. Maybe we need a mediator, like a real one.
Well, it's all coming together. You know what? So Snafu, you're right. You have done a lot, and we've had our disagreements and we've gone back and forth, but I'd really like to try and return the favor to you. I'd love to try and help you with some of the things that I found. I think they could be helpful for you. I really do.
Like I played Cupid yesterday. Do you understand? Tommy and DJM are back together, and Lando lost the keys. That's like celebration shit. Like,
I
yeah,
I
celebrate.
hey, I heard great things are happening for many
Big
people.
moves. Panel waste
You know?
management making moves. The recycle bins are starting to get picked up from the curb. Trash days seem to be back on schedule. I'm just trying to coach and help you to get you in out of your denial and accountability so we can move forward off of your fucking issue and get you leveling up, Jack. Get Jack Talcott to level up where he needs to go.
Well, let's focus on you.
No,
Okay.
we've got to focus on you. That's what you tell us every day. You bring it back to Jack, right?
In your current state of mind, I know that it would be more efficient if we focus on you first. Okay. And
I
I'd actually
don't know. I don't know if I'm
here.
comfortable with that.
I know. I can understand that. And
I feel
realistically,
you need to submit first, and then I'll go second.
not gonna happen.
Can I think about this?
You're welcome to think about it, and I'll even offer you.
5
I
minutes.
actually
I'll think about it. 5 minutes.
all right. I actually think it would be best to be done off air too, though. Just for
I told you the life coach sessions per month on air, off air. Who else is down to take your life coach set? Is there anyone else that is down? Can I do? I don't want to join this alone.
why? You're a leader. You don't need
No, like I would rather have a class.
Tell you what, you lead it and we'll get a class together perhaps.
No, you're the leader. You're the life coach. I'm submitting. This is me submitting to you.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, the goal is to help you understand how to relax, how to be present, right? Because when we are present, that's where our power comes in. If we're disassociated with memories of the past, or we're future tripping about things, we're not aware. We've got our cognitive blindness, and our mental clarity goes down. When we're emotionally upset, when our senses are driving us. There's so many ways.
Is that what happened yesterday with Andy? Perhaps you became emotionally upset, your senses were driven, and then you freaked out.
To some degree. To some degree, yes. I reacted. And I could have done better, but frankly, it's been so many years. I have really grown tired of the disrespect towards me, because I've never done anything to Andy or Taboo.
If I may ask, Jack, okay, because I get when you tell me or Tommy or Steven or Paul or OT, like, okay, what did Andy do to disrespect you other than having a different opinion? Like, that's what I'm wondering, because he wasn't like calling you names. He wasn't, he was literally, he even said, I'm wanting to learn, Jack. I want to talk about this, whether I agree with you or not, so we could talk about it. And then it just derailed. So where do you feel he disrespected you at?
I could go pull it up again if we need to, but
something you should do. Maybe you should review yourself and how that
I've
moment
looked.
went down.
Hello, I've looked. Okay, but to explain it for you, for the details, I'd have to go review it again for specifically when it was. But generally, what it was he came in with this tone and conviction, demanding me to accept that I'm wrong. I'm wrong about the life I'm living, because he knows it's written in a book. It's absurd. It's stupid.
So when you say it like that, it makes most people go, well, how can you be talking about Jesus or God when you refer to it just as a book?
Let's bring it into the context of what it is. Compared to me as a man, it is a book. Okay?
That's not what John 1:1 says. That's not what the scriptures say about the inspired living word.
It doesn't, the book is not above man, just like laws are not above man.
I think that's why the Mandela effect took place. I think too many people were worshiping and focusing on doctrines versus the actual salvation image of God. Like, I think doctrines became too much of people were focusing too much on the doctrines but doctrine still is very important. You can't be twisting stuff. You can't be.
Please, I get what you're saying, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but just
go ahead. I mean, we're talking about
the doctrine. That's why Jesus came. When Jesus came 2,000 years ago, folks were caught up in the doctrine, all about the rule. And
when you think Jesus came, according to like what you're under, what do you think Jesus came to, according to scriptures, Jack? Why did he come here?
To bring the good news of God's love, glory, grace into mankind's awareness, offering a perfect example. Yeah, he fulfilled many purposes. What
was the main reason, according to most Christians or non-Christians or people who believe in that book, pre-Mandela? Because now you're right, that book is made for the Antichrist. Like, I'll go on record and saying that book now with the Mandela effects and the doctrines to it, it's definitely made for the Antichrist now. But I'm just saying before, okay, you're right. To preach the good word, to that. But what was Jesus' purpose to be in flesh on this earth? Like, what to most?
It's right here, to redeem mankind, to reconcile man back to God. That's exactly what it was.
You're Googling it right now, aren't you?
It was to do the will of his Father.
Yeah.
You're Googling it, Jack.
No, here, Tampa, say that again, please.
He came to do the will of his Father.
There you go.
He came as the ultimate sacrifice.
He came to do the will of his Father.
Right.
To
And the
fulfill
ultimate
will.
sacrifice, right?
Well, unfortunately,
that was part of his Father's
to
will.
be in the image of man, but to be that
Okay.
sinless man, right?
right.
And to feel everything and be tempted with everything as man to live.
Okay.
And then, of course, in the end, you know, the crucifixion, of course.
Okay.
So salvation, I feel people forget about that. Like the image of God, love. That's one thing. Because I asked you, I said, how do you describe the part where it says even God hated Esau? Malachi 6, I believe, maybe 7, 8. Where even in scripture says even God hated Esau. How would you
And
break that down, Jack?
what is the relevance?
Because it
What is
goes,
the context?
if I may put the relevance, is because I feel sometimes you do have an understanding. And again, scripture, Proverbs 3:5. Trust the Lord with all your.
Snafu.
Can I finish or no? Go ahead. I'm saying that you somehow get the scriptures and I feel the doctrine to them, you twist up.
That's what you're doing.
Am I?
Yes.
Then
You're
why am
not
I
trying.
grilling you on the Bible? Well, Crystal, because he's a man who says he's preaching these grand things of Jesus and God and how it's going to happen.
Right.
So why
So
wouldn't
why
I
don't you
question that,
start,
Crystal, you idiot? Go
Snafu?
ahead.
If you listened more than you spoke, you'd have a much better idea of what I'm saying. Seriously, dude. And
But
that
it's not just me,
probably,
right?
snafu. Consider that message to be delivered through me, but from God. Inside of you, you need to shut up and listen to God's Spirit, okay? There's answers within you that you are not paying attention to. I can see it and feel it. And I love you. So does God.
I love you.
God
But
loves
even
you.
God hated Esau, so I hate you sometimes too.
Why does that matter? Why? Okay, so you want to use that verse to justify your own ability to hate. That's
No.
foolish. That's
I'm
foolish,
asking
brother.
you. I'm asking you, why would God put that in there then? Why would it? Because the Bible book is is breath through the disciples who wrote it, right? And why? I guess what the word hate? I guess break it from Hebrew to Greek. You know, it's even God hated Esau. I'm trying to understand if you're basing everything off love.
Holy crap.
Okay, you made a statement that was really concerning the other day.
Snafu, please pause. Okay. Objectively, what I'm witnessing you doing is asking and searching to know more about hate than you are about love.
No,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
asking for you who make these grandiose claims and preaching and talking that I have read and studied the Bible over my lifespan, and I don't
Let
know
it go.
the extent of you.
Let it go.
I'm trying
Let
to
it
ask
go.
you, how do you explain that particular
Let it go.
passage?
Let it go.
So just
Let it
ignore it?
go. Let it go.
Because
Let it go.
because it's a different opinion to your message, right? So we gotta
Let
ignore
it go until it has a direct relevance. You're just picking these straws out.
The relevance is it almost obliterates the whole message that love is everything.
Right.
But salvation is everything, not love.
Please yield. Please. The Bible is a perfect book. Within that book, in the many translations, are some perfect lessons and wisdom. Okay. And damn it, now I lost where I was going.
You're talking about perfect book translations.
But what were you saying about a lot
I'm
of things?
listening to you because people have my questioning. People think that I'm trying to like push that. No, I'm trying to ask Jack how he would explain that passage.
Yes. Sorry.
Even God hated Esau.
Sorry, imperfection, as in the truth. There are many, many perceptions and many reflections, and perhaps even some reflections to be found. Okay, in the book, it's perfectly written. Individually, all of us, we're on our own individual life path. Some people find the scriptures and the holy books. Some people find different things, right? But those who even find the Bible, within the Bible, it's so perfectly written, you can find whatever you need. You can find excuses for hate, to justify all sorts of atrocious things, or if you read it and God has brought you to the Holy Spirit, if you're there with the Holy Spirit and you read the words, the wisdom, it's just like, wow, yeah. Where's the confusion at? Why are people not understanding this? That's how it was for me, to be honest, when I finally went to read the Bible again as an adult. It was like the Sermon on the Mount. I mean, the words of Jesus, they just make perfect sense. There's no reason to have a world of oppression and wars. And that's the story that God showed us. We were given the rules, but we still have to learn how to lead ourselves. And in order to lead ourselves,
that's not the story, Jack. And that's what Andy, Tommy, myself, others keep telling you. The Bible, or just prophecies in general, tell us that the wars have to increase. The times in this world, I mean, this is Satan's world, right? This is so for prophecy to be fulfilled, the wars have to increase. The evil has to increase. And yes, there will be a rise of fisher of men, right? Yes. But we're not going to stop prophecies being fulfilled, are we? But that's what.
No, we're going to fulfill them. Here, and Vibe, thank you for this reminder. In our English Bible, hate, it can mean love this less than this. Doesn't actually mean hate as we know it. It just means a lesser love.
From the Hebrew to the Greek, and you could use certain tools like the strong concordance and things to that nature. But again, because of the Mandela effect, everything has been fucking flipped, including new grammar, punctuation, doctrine changes, the whole works. It is set for the Antichrist, that book now. And I'll call it that book, as you say it. Before it wasn't.
Guys, the thing is, the joke is on us. The joke really is on us. God has always been there, never been absent. Neither has Christ. Jesus has eternally been. Before he was, and after he was, he is. And it's there for us to know. We can know God's love and the essence of Jesus through the Spirit of holiness that is with us. That Spirit of holiness, it's found in the silence. It's in the peace. It's behind the mind chatter, behind the doubts and the memories. Behind all of that is the peace and the stillness and the eternal bliss.
Okay, so where did you get that from? Self-inspired through your own mind of just making these things to say, or did it come from studying doctrine, which or script? Like where did you get that from that you just claimed?
From my own personal experience. However,
Okay.
it is also confirmed by many words from scripture, such as, right? The goal is to be with the peace that's beyond understanding. Okay, that peace that is beyond understanding. It's beyond any doubts. It's beyond any reason. It's just this peace that you find within yourself.
So like yesterday when Andy said, do you want the wars to stop and decrease and the what you say, right? That would put a slow down to what we scriptures and doctrine actually tell us, right? And then you shake your head no. So you're basically saying that that book or the is wrong. You're basically saying no,
Listen,
which is fine. That's you're all right for you to do. I'm just saying, how can you mix match?
well, let me explain it,
Or
please.
pick, okay.
Because what I heard presented was the somewhat of the accelerationist argument. Jack, if you oppose peace and you try and bring peace, well, that's going to prevent the rise of the Christ, the return of the Christ, because we have to have absolute evil here on earth before righteousness can return. No, that's what the devil would want us to think.
No, that's
And we
that's what God inspired those people when that
snap
Bible was
move.
written to tell the
Right.
people through,
Yep.
and that's what that Bible says, and that's what people have studied over the
All
years,
things,
is that the wars will
all
increase, evil will
snafu.
increase before his
It has. We have been given the will and the awareness. We can change things. I
So
think that
do you want to change how
why do you interrupt?
when because I'm trying to understand, you keep going these tangents to where you're twisting the Bible.
What is your
I'll just be you're
confusion?
twisting the
No,
Bible.
you're doing that.
How?
You're twisting my words into your interpretations of the Bible, and you're finding some imagined conflict that doesn't really exist. I'm just trying to get out a thought. Okay, and you're defending your belief of a book, and it's like, holy
No, no,
cows, dude.
I'm not even
Put it
defending.
aside. Can you put it aside?
Put aside the belief of what most people would interpret that doctrine to say. Put that
Yeah.
aside.
Yes, put that
Okay.
aside. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you are the new Bible. Is what you're basically telling us, right? Jack Talcott is the one with the answers. Put aside the doctrines, the scriptures, the living word,
Not
and
my words.
let's listen to what you say.
Not my words. Please stop.
I'm trying to understand this.
Then please stop speaking.
This is where you need to submit, but okay. See, Jack.
Okay. So
I'm a
hold
guru.
on. Let me get this out, please, because there are similarities that I found for myself, and I don't really care what anyone thinks. But I found these similarities in me and my life, and I could finally confidently say, you know what, I see enough. I see enough comparison between me and him. While I'm clearly not him, I can say, as Jesus was, I am. Okay. Now, one of the differences between him and I is clearly I don't know what he knew. I only know
So
what
when
I
you were calling Andy a little bitch, that was what Jesus would do. What would Jesus do?
No,
Call Andy a
probably
little bit?
not. Probably not.
Well, I'm just
Jesus would have been much better than me, I'd assume.
okay. Well, you guys are so similar. I'm just asking, what would
No,
Jesus do?
no, this is the thing. I'm more like everyone else that's where the confusion comes in. I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes I call people bitches.
Right. I think you want to, like, I think you're trying to be a fisher of men, but confusing the roles of trying to insert yourself into a biblical character of sorts. I don't understand it.
Actually, I could imagine Snafu meeting Jesus, and Jesus just says to him, just stop talking.
But
I
Jesus
could
does say
picture
narrow
that.
is the path.
I could picture that. Truly. That's golly jeez. But you know what? This is the glory of God and Jesus. He will meet us where we are. But we got to be able to recognize it, right? We got to be open to receiving it. And that can be scary for some of us who, it conflicts our beliefs, because a lot of people have been raised to feel helpless. And then when you feel helpless, you make excuses. And when you make excuses, you do stupid things. And then you just make excuses. But Jesus wasn't a man of excuses. I'm not upset. I'm not shifting blame for his failure to communicate. I admitted my own failures. Maybe I didn't.
Maybe Mitch should come up here. Maybe you should stop the war between you and Mitch.
Mitch actually has a pretty reasonable mind, but he does have his doubts. We've got
Mitch is a flip flopper. Yeah, Mitch is definitely flip floppy.
I won't say that. I actually think he's pretty consistent, but I don't think Jeeps is blocked. I checked it recently, and I thought I unblocked her, but I'm not sure.
See, this is the non-eyebrow furrow Jack, where you get kind of upset, but you're actually still making it through this conversation. That I'm I'm a good life coach, folks. You notice the fucking difference there with Jack today? He's actually kind of getting into the scripture of his delusions of twisting
part of it. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, part of it is a change in your behavior. You're bringing a different energy. It's easier to work with. So yeah, we're getting different results. And I wanted to swing back. I wanted to swing back because what I was saying, it could sound egoic and, like on a high horse. Everyone has a false interpretation. Jack is the only one with the true interpretation. I disagree.
That's how you present it to all of us, Jack. Okay. That's what happened with Andy yesterday.
So what if in this small local group, what if there is a little bit of truth to that I am the one with the true interpretation?
Okay, see, now we're getting on stuff. Now, okay, let's just be real then. Do you feel you are that? Let's get to the meat of it, Jack. Do you feel? Let's not sugarcoat it. Do you feel that you are the one with the true interpretation? Let's not sugarcoat it.
I'm going to answer two things here. All right. So first, I'm not the only one with these interpretations. What I have, the interpretations I have are confirmed through many, many different individuals alive today and the past. And I'm happy to direct anyone and everyone.
Actually, Berg, it's funny because if you actually listen to what I say, I tell people Proverbs 3:5. Trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Please stop deflecting.
Go ahead.
Back to this. I was getting long-winded. Sorry. So I actually think that God is using me as a messenger, as a man. Jack Talcott and the Live Without Fear brand. I think there's something connected there. I mean, the fact that it was available for me, and my purpose is to follow him, Jesus. So I'm not the only one with the true interpretation. There's many teachers who are better explaining this than me.
Who has told you that you're over target? Because I watched these streams for 5 years, and it seems that the people who disagree with you, we kind of all, even if we don't get along, I agree with Tommy's version of the doctrine. I agree with Andy's version, and I don't even think Andy's religious.
Let me get back to this.
I don't know. I
okay?
can't speak for that.
So, in comparison to you, Snafu, Andy, Illumitami, based on the conversations I've had, I am the one with the true interpretation. You guys are wrong.
So
Okay.
you're telling us that we're wrong, even
Yes.
though I could tell you I've worked in the prison system with the script. Was raised hardcore Baptist and non-denominational, then became my own. I've studied multiple religions, whether it's
Snafu.
the Catholicism.
Right. Hey,
But yeah, what
lots
have
of
you?
people, pause, please. Lots of people have misled lots of people. And I want to help you stop misleading other people.
Okay, what if I were to
Like
tell you I don't
claim
have the?
you're dealing with me.
Okay, let me tell you this. What if me, Tommy, Andy probably would tell you that we don't have the ultimate truth? Like, what if, like Proverbs 3:5,
Actually,
trust the
you know
Lord with
what?
all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. What if we said we
Please
don't?
please recognize. I know this is my own issue to deal with, but I'm finding frustration, finding myself having to compete to talk here. Okay.
No, I don't think it's could be. I think we're discussing finally
You're not
without you
allowing me to
furrowing
speak.
fully.
You're not allowing me to speak.
You need to
Okay.
submit, Jack, but go ahead. Submit. It's okay.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
When you accept that you are wrong, we will get along so much
You
better.
get what you get, and that's from the great Jack Talcott. I heard that once. Him say that to people.
You choose what I get from you.
Okay, I'm trying to understand. Like, okay, so you without sugarcoating it, you're telling me that you are the person with the correct interpretation versus everyone who has studied or looked at the Bible as far as doctrine goes. We're all wrong, but you're right.
Don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate.
Okay, then tell me.
About. Well, here it is true. Many people have misled others, and there's many false interpretations. And I'm not an expert, but what I am is a very humble man who pays attention, and I got a decent mind. I can put a lot of pieces together, and God showed me a lot of pieces.
If I may, since we're going piece by piece, you said you pay attention.
Yep.
What, in your opinion, is how would you explain to me the Trinity then? Because I've heard you the last few days keep bringing it up quite a bit. So that's fair for me to say, well, Jack, since I keep hearing you talk about the Holy Ghost, God the Father, God the Son, what can you explain to me the Trinity?
It's a total distraction and deflection from where I was taking the conversation. But
No,
here,
because you just said that
simple. Please, I'll answer it, but there's also part to this, because back to the question about Jack being like Jesus, making the claim to be a messenger, which could be like a prophet. Okay, now I'm not.
You did
I'm
say
not
you and Paul could be the two messengers, right? You did make that claim.
Anything is possible in the realm of God. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to figure out what is real. Now, I claim to be a man devoted to God. I have devoted my life to God, studying, trying to better understand. I feel as though like I understand the love of God that Jesus was talking about. I'm completely willing to die for the world to know peace. Not a doubt in my mind. I look forward to crossing the veil, but I'm not going to do it stupidly. But different than Jesus, what I think God is planning, what I've imagined, because of who I am,
in question, Jack, like right now,
I've imagined groups of people working with me so that we work out together. What really does this all mean? So it's not just one man saying it. It's the truth that's coming out. Welcome back, Mitch. How you doing, friend?
My bad. I'm doing good. Thank you. I just figured I would come up here since instead of writing books down in the chat. And
I appreciate that.
No, I want you to have that conversation with Jack where because it started off difference of opinion seemed to upset him. And since you
Stop with that loop.
okay, maybe I'm wrong then. Go ahead, I yield. I'll listen to you and Mitch.
All
But
the
Mitch,
time.
remember, Jack knows it all versus most of the people who have studied the doctrines. Whether you believe in doctrines or not, because I know you, Mitch, you're not religious at all, really, in that fashion.
no, I'm not very indoctrinated. I have
But
not.
that's someone saying, hey, I know how to assemble a diesel engine, and they've only worked on gas fucking engines.
Okay. Yeah. There's certainly layers and levels to truth, and every one of us has our own relationship with the truth. And the ultimate truth, I give that's God, right? There's one absolute truth that's beyond anything I may be able to know completely, but I can have a relationship with all that is true. And all that is true can be found.
Mitch, if I may, okay, since Mitch is up here and Mitch will say it because whether he likes me or not, or blah blah, he'll say it how it is. We were talking about bad faith, and Jack wanted me to come in good faith, bad faith, da da da. Do you feel what you witnessed with Andy was Andy being in bad faith, as Jack says? I'm just curious because I'm thinking Andy was actually in good faith because he wasn't acting like me, Tommy. He was actually trying to have that conversation. I felt. But Jack said it was bad faith, and I'm trying to figure out what was the bad faith. Was it just the difference of opinion, or did he actually come in bad faith at Jack? Because
Yeah, I think the inflated egos and the opportunity. I already said this, but I'll try and repeat it simply. But I felt like Jack saw an opportunity to white knight for Paul, because Paul was the one who I perceived to have initially jumped on Andy, and so instead of Paul just admitting he was wrong, both Jack and Paul continue to try and dogpile on Andy and the result of that was really just a stifling of what I thought was an important conversation that needed to happen. And
I do. I was enjoying the conversation. I was Jack. I was enjoying the conversation with you. When you and Andy were talking up until Paul.
Let Mitch talk. Shut up, please.
I think Andy's about as calm, cool, and collected as anyone in this realm to be able to have that conversation productively and effectively. So I think, it was disappointing to me. I don't really.
Me too.
I'm not friends with. I'm not. I don't. I don't really know Andy any more than I know Jack, or I'm not like one side or the other.
Angry? Jack, why are you getting angry though right now? Because we're sitting here telling you that we enjoyed the conversation.
Why I'm getting angry right now is because I'm watching Life as Margot spread her nonsense. And you know what? I just don't want to deal with this crap. I don't need all the negativity in the chat and then on the panel as well. Okay? So chill the hell out.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't read chat. I was in read chat. I didn't know what was going on.
Right. So this isn't prosecute Jack again either.
No, I'm not. I'm with Mitch. I was really enjoying the conversation.
Right.
That you guys were
So
having.
you've spoken. Okay. And I can agree that Andy is very kind and gentle, and he's got a beautiful way of communicating. However, it doesn't change what I experienced. And what I experienced was him sitting on his high horse, wanting me to be lectured about how I'm wrong, how the Bible says this, as though he's some sort of expert on the Bible, and I have to just submit to that interpretation when my life is this way. Am I wrong?
What do you mean your life is this way?
Yeah, I genuinely think you're wrong, Jack, because I mean, if we're going to be that loose with applying that sort of scenario to Andy, then really you got to look at yourself in the mirror, man, because that's what you expect most people to do all the time. I mean, not all the time, but most of the time. to listen to you lecture to us about how your interpretation is superior. And how, I mean, I think you even said it in the stream, how you're not the problem. Basically, everyone else is. And to me, I think that really leads to, go ahead. If I'm rambling, feel free to cut me off. I won't be offended, but I just feel like that leads to where we're at today. I mean, just bickering and fighting over nonsense when it's really just a bunch of hypocritical and
Right.
egoic accusations that don't really hold any weight.
Right. And I'd agree. But this is where part of the problem is. I'm not trying to present or force any religious doctrine onto anybody. That's what these assholes are doing to me, Mitch. Okay? I'm trying to present what I've learned from psychology, what I've learned from history, what I've learned from my life experiences, and my life experiences have been unique. Okay, I've been trying to get someone to understand, hey, there's something bizarre going on with me.
Everyone's life experiences.
I know, Mitch. I know, Mitch. So should I give attention to your life? Do you want attention to yours?
If you want. I mean, if you want.
And how can I help your life, Mitch? Your life is unique and
by calming down, showing some love, and communicating effectively, so that way we can have a productive conversation where we can either, like adults or grown-ups, agree to disagree or come to more of a mutual understanding. It's not about control or dominance or, I'm not desperate to prove anything. So I'm just here to share my perspective.
And I can respect that. And you're
I'm just trying to understand, Jack. So you're not here preaching to the people?
Snafu, you'll catch up. When you start paying attention a little more, you'll catch up. And then your questions will be more on point. Okay? Phoenix, Fox, I know you love to bastardize me as well. We are all unique. We are all with our own experiences. What I'm suggesting is that I've recognized there's something happening with me. I've devoted myself to God and love. I've moved myself across the nation. I'm here outside of Washington, D.C. because I believe that peace is the purpose for me. I don't need to argue against interpretations of a book. I don't. People don't need to disrespect me because I don't really disrespect others. Mitch, it may seem like it. Maybe I do. I don't intend to. But when I'm faced with constant negative feedback, people don't want to reach out. I make my number public, right? Email, I'm easily reached. If anyone's got a problem with me, they can reach out to me privately. Andy's never done that. Andy's never done that. Tommy's never done that. Snafu keeps avoiding it.
I won't ever do that, and I'll explain to you why if you want to know why. But because I feel like there's nothing that needs to be said in private that can't be said publicly between us.
Okay.
So I mean, we're not making plans to take over the world or anything. Okay. I don't have anything I need to keep secret with you,
Mitch. Okay, fair. But if we're going to have public conversations, they should be honest and with what was I trying to get across to Snafu earlier? With fair intentions, right?
Yeah.
What Andy was doing with me was not fair. And that's bullshit for you to claim that it was. When I explained myself over and over.
What part was not fair?
The fact that I explained myself What I was saying was just dismissed and ignored once again.
Much like he could say the same about you. What he was saying was being dismissed.
Okay. So what? So possibly true. Now what? He wasn't willing to listen to me.
So now it's just a
wants me-
battle of the egos. You're not in service to the truth.
Right, Mitch.
You're no
Mitch.
longer in service to the truth.
No, untrue. I am, because the topic of discussion is Jack Talcott as a man. Okay. My character is being assassinated by Andy. Okay. Because he has a different interpretation of a book. That is lunacy. So, Mitch, you're right.
You do the
What
same
are my
thing.
options?
You do the same
Mitch.
thing to many people.
Mitch.
Your interpretation allows you to ostracize,
So, Mitch.
demonize, and
Okay.
curse. And
All right. So does that justify? Is that what your argument is? You interrupted.
What I'm trying to get out to you is I tried to say it earlier, is that you're walking a really slippery slope when you start
Sure.
justifying your behaviors based on the behaviors of others.
Okay. All right.
Because that means you're not really in control of
Mitch,
yourself, your emotions. You're letting other people
that's your
control you.
story. That's your
It's not
story.
my story. That's just
It's a
reality.
right. It's a partial
But
truth.
you have the superior truth. So you're going to use that to manipulate reality, I guess.
Nope. That's your story.
That's not my story. It's just my best guess based on what I've experienced.
Well, great. Great. You've got it solved.
No, I don't have anything solved. It doesn't. I'm not here to solve anything.
Then
Really.
right.
I'm here to share my perspective, and you don't seem to have any respect for it, and you want everyone to respect your perspective,
Mitch,
because you haven't. You talk to God. Go ahead. I'll pause. I mean, don't throw a fit. You keep interrupting me, and if you would just let me say 2 or 3 sentences, I'll stop and let you go on. I'm not rambling on. I told you, feel free to interrupt and I'll stop, but you interrupt it because you anticipate what I'm going to say. And so in your mind, you've already come up with an argument against it, and you're disappointed and you're throwing a fit, and so this is why.
Am I?
You are.
Mitch, you're being a lying bitch right here.
No,
okay?
I'm not lying.
I'm sitting here.
What is my intent to deceive? You just lied about me lying. What's my intent?
I'm explaining. When you shut up, I can explain.
Tell me what my intent to deceive is.
I'm sitting here silently as you're saying I'm throwing a fit.
You are throwing a fit. You're throwing your hands up. You're doing all these emotional things. You're raising your voice. You're throwing a fit.
Tell me when it's my turn,
sir. Yeah, you can be. I'm as reasonable as anyone wants to be with me. So if you want to be a little bitch, I'll treat you like a little bitch.
I prefer you try to see me differently.
I do. And that's why I'm trying to have a good faith conversation with you, but I'm not real too interested in your manipulation tactics.
Mm-hmm. Tampa, are you there, please?
I am here, and I just want to throw out this consideration for everybody. Is like, we may all be wrong.
Absolutely.
And not know it until way later. So think about arguing back and forth and then you guys were both just wrong anyway.
I completely agree. You can't know, have, or be the truth. You get to experience the truth.
Shit.
Completely agree with that. So Jack's sharing his perspective of the truth. I'm sharing my perspective of the truth. And the problem is he thinks his perspective is superior than everyone else's, to everyone else's.
You've repeated that several times.
Well, it's relevant to the conversation.
So far, it's just you talking.
I'm having a conversation with Tampa because that's what reasonable people do. And I'm letting her know I agree with her. I don't think I know the truth. I don't think I have the truth. I don't think I am the truth. I think I'm experiencing truth. And I have my subjective interpretation of that. I'm not here to trying to prove myself to be right. That's what I tried to tell you from the beginning. This is not a competition with you. Like, I'm not here to compete with you to show that I'm better than you. I'm here to share my perspective with you, to either come to more of a mutual understanding or do what grown-ups do and agree to disagree if we have to.
Great. I feel like shutting down. You've said, do you have more to say, Mitch? I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, sure. I mean, if you want to have a conversation, I'm willing to
No,
have a
I want to
conversation.
shut it down. I want to shut it down. It's coming up on 2 hours. You've
Well, I
you've
didn't
said a
come up
lot
here
of
to
things.
lecture. I came up here to have a conversation. So we know you're.
Well, you didn't allow it. You wanted to lecture.
Did
So
allow-
God bless. God bless, Mitch. Thank you. Tampa, anything else from you today?
No, sir. Thank you for having me again.
I got to be honest, your comment wasn't very helpful. You offered doubts, not support.
I'm sorry, it wasn't about either one of you. It's just I've been wrong so many times to ever think that I could be absolutely right, is all.
Right. And I was trying to get a witness to the disagreements I was facing. I was doing the best I could. So that's okay. I hope we can talk again later and
Yes.
maybe return again. Brothers and sisters, wow, holy cows. For those who are unsure about the conversation yesterday with Andy, it's on the live stream from yesterday, about an hour 40 in. Thought about pulling it up, but we're nearing up at 2 hours, and I'm kind of feel like the winds have changed, right? What I'm offering today, truth and compassion equaling love, love matching with truth and compassion. I try to bring it. I really do. I guess I'm missing the mark. People aren't finding it, and it sure as hell doesn't seem to be coming back. Not yet. But hey, oh, I forgot to do something because I heard a thing. You know what? Yeah, I don't care. I was going to forward over to Paul. I heard he might be running, but at this time, I'm just going to shut it down. Brothers and sisters, thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Peace.